again everyone, welcome back to another Bikini Series update. If you're new to my channel, then I'm doing an 8-week health and fitness challenge through the Tone It Up nutrition plan, and I'll have all of the videos related to this series down in the description box in a playlist, so you can check them out from start to now. So I'm in week 7 of this challenge, or I'm actually in week 8, but this video is about week 7, so giving you an update on how week 7 went, what did I learn, and all of those things. So for week 7, my family was in town visiting on vacation from the Midwest. It was so good to have them in town and just amazing to see my nephews. I have a 4-year-old and a 10-year-old nephew, so it was great to just spend time with them, and I really was not on social media at all this week. I don't think I posted anything on Instagram stories, nothing. So it's Monday morning now, and I am caffeinating to the max and getting caught up on emails and Instagram and social media. So I'll definitely be more active this week, but it was just great to spend some time with my family and kind of disconnect and focus all of my attention on them. So for this week, I did indulge in a few things with them while they were here. I had pizza one night, a bagel the next morning, and I had burger like twice in the week. So that's definitely not on the plan, and I was texting my friend about it and feeling very guilty, and she reminded me, like, that's not the purpose of this plan. You know, don't ever feel guilty. You know, you should enjoy those times, because in a few weeks when they're gone, you will, you know, it won't matter. That burger is not going to ruin your life. And I was like, that is right. I did get in a good amount of exercise this week because we were at the pool like almost every day. I did get out and do some cardio on my own, and I did do the daily toning moves in my house here. But my nephews really wore me out and probably wore my husband out more, because my 4-year-old nephew kept wanting him to throw him in the pool over and over, and that is a good arm workout. Let me tell you, the 4-year-old nephew, like, whenever they put all of their weight, they don't like jump up when you throw them, they just kind of like sink into it. They can be heavy. So I definitely was active this week for sure. My sister and I walked all around an area here in Miami, so I got in exercise for sure. One thing I learned this week is I kind of got to see like the true effect of bread on my body. I have had allergy testing, so I know I do not have any allergies to any foods, but one night my husband made from scratch a pizza crust, and then we did a DIY pizza night with the boys, with my nephews, and as soon as I ate that pizza, my stomach felt so bad, like an intense pain, and I know that that was made from scratch, so no preservatives or anything like that, but I definitely feel that I have maybe a gluten sensitivity, because it seems to be that every time that I eat a lot of bread, I do get like an intense cramping pain in my stomach, and also feel like I have to go to the bathroom really bad, and those are all kind of signs you have a sensitivity, not necessarily like a full-blown allergy. So I think I'm going to kind of avoid those foods, or kind of look at the gluten-free options just to see if that helps. I did have a burger like 2 nights this week, because we had to go somewhere where the boys would find something they'd like to eat. If you're a parent, then I'm sure you know all about that. And I actually didn't find that it hurt my stomach that much, so I'm wondering if it's kind of like the bread to meat ratio was a lot better. But it's just interesting, and really for how I ate this week, I thought that I would experience a lot more bloating, I would feel a lot worse, but I'm actually feeling pretty good. I have tried to stay hydrated just a ton because it's been so hot. I've continued doing my water before coffee routine, which I feel like is so great, and I highly recommend that. Drinking 16 ounces of water before you drink any coffee in the morning, I really feel like it's such a simple game changer for your whole digestion. I missed a couple of Meta D shots this week, but that's okay. And this week, for week 8, we're actually doing a 7-day slim down, it's called, but it's just kind of like a more strict version of the nutrition plan to help us end on a high note. And I think I might continue that for next week, since week 7 was a bit of an off week since my family was in town. And I've actually been thinking about what I'm going to do after the Bikini Series, and I think I'm going to do a different challenge from this book that the Tone It Up girls have. This is a 28-day challenge, and I actually got this book, and they signed it. I'm very excited. I got this a couple years when I was in New York, and I met them, and they signed this copy for me. So this is just kind of like a shortened version, like 28 days. But I think just to keep up with the routine and just to kind of stay on track, I think I'm gonna do this challenge. In terms of results for week 7, I feel like I'm just still the same as I was in week 6, but luckily I don't think that like my burgers or pizza this week with my family really threw me completely off track or anything, which is great. I feel like that this 8-week challenge is helping my body kind of level out so that you eat healthy like 85 or 95% of the time, and then when you have that little wiggle room, your body doesn't go crazy, because definitely when you try to do like, I don't know, a yo-yo diet, for example, where you cut calories too much, then when you do have a burger, your body gets bloated and it just freaks out. So I think the most important thing about this challenge is developing a balance. So you're eating on plan for like 90% of the time, and then that 10% or 95% and that 5%, you have some room, and your body is not going to just like completely gain a bunch of weight, get bloated, or get your hormones out of whack, which is what a lot of I see these kind of trendy diets do, is they are extreme, like no one thing, and that's great at the time, but is it really sustainable? So what I'm really trying to do is create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle that allows for some wiggle room, and that my body is not going to completely be thrown off balance if I, fall off the plan or I do something that's not on that plan. So there's that. So for week 8, my goals are to do cardio 7 days a week, even if it's just going out for a walk, 15 minutes out and 15 minutes back, to do the daily toning moves. I'm doing the 7-day slim down, and then this week I owe you guys a what I eat in a day video on this type of plan, so I'm gonna do that. Another goal I have for this week is to experiment with some loose leaf teas that I have. I have a bunch of loose leaf ingredients like rose petals, green tea, marshmallow root. I have a bunch of like superfoods, and I want to do some experimenting with creating like my own teas for energy, for vitality, for like skin. So that's something that I want to do this week. I also want to share with you a few things that I picked up at Trader Joe's yesterday. I don't normally go to Trader Joe's often because it's really far. I went to have lunch with my friend Kat and Afroza, and it was right by a Trader Joe's, so I picked up a couple things. First thing I picked up that I'm using that's important for the 7-day slim down is a bag of grapefruits. And grapefruits are really good at fighting fat and reducing sugar cravings. Grapefruits do have sugar in them because they're a fruit, but eating a grapefruit is supposed to help fight your cravings for like a lot of other things, like sugary snacks that are not natural, like fruit. So I have those. I also picked up some garbanzo beans, chickpeas. This is a staple in my house. I love them. If you're trying to add like a quick protein to a meal, or you're trying to create a quick salad, garbanzo beans, chickpeas are really good. I also picked up something that is really new but is very interesting to me. It is the pure egg white protein from Trader Joe's. This is from the Life Balance brand. I have seen this a bunch of times when I've gone into Trader Joe's, and it is a protein powder, but it's just pure egg whites. It is just so full of amino acids, and also the like protein ratio for one serving is 80 calories and 16 grams of protein, 2 carbohydrates, has potassium in it. The sodium is pretty low. So I wanted to give this a try. Let me know if you have tried anything like this, because it is kind of a interesting item, and I don't know if it's going to taste horrible or if this is going to be my new favorite like protein substitute. I did have an idea to add this into coffee, like the bulletproof coffee kind of thing, but I don't know, that could turn out really badly. So let me know if you want to see more on this, and I can do an update or video about it. Then I've got some of these for my husband mostly, but since I was saying how bread has been upsetting my stomach and like maybe I'm gluten sensitive, I got these gluten-free oats. I get these all the time for my husband. He makes oatmeal like 3 times a week, and I like to use them in Tone It Up recipes as well, but I really like these since they're gluten-free. I feel like they're easy on your stomach. So that's my update for week 7. Week 8, we're doing the slim down. We're gonna end on a good note, and then I will let you know how I feel about doing this challenge in my next update video. I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and let me know how you're doing with your own health and fitness goals down in the description box so we can support each other. Hope you guys are having an amazing week. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you part of this community. If you want to turn on notifications, you can just click the bell, and every time I do one of these videos, it will alert you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.